February 8th, about 6:30. I wanted to talk about, I had a few people that sent me some good comments, and I love those. And I love the constructive criticism. Had a couple of people that tried to be rude, and I don't have time for that. It says a lot about you, the people that said the rude things, but that's okay. People are like, why haven't there been any arrests? Well, there have been. Low level. Other people are like, why don't they do something? Well, there's a couple of schools of thought. One school of thought is President Trump doesn't want to go down in history as being a president that overthrew the government, whether it's a communist government or not. He doesn't want to go down as somebody who overthrew a government. It's understandable. What we leave in history, personally I have a different opinion, but that's me. The military doesn't necessarily want to go down as overthrowing the government or insurrection. And so they're letting it play out in the courts. How is this going to go? Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. I don't really trust the courts. I know besides them, we are the last line of defense. So I think we have to wait and see how it plays out. People tend to let their emotions get to them. I mean, that's one of the things that liberals did, is they weaponized emotion. They made it so if somebody said something that was hurtful, a grown man would turn into a crybaby. And then of course I got this thing called, something masculinity, where they don't want you to be masculine. Well, I'm sorry, but what is a man that's not masculine? We have names for that. I got a great message from a patriot in Denmark, and it was wonderful. She was a little bit worried, but at the same time she knew that God was in control, the same as everybody else. God is in control. We have to put our faith in God and not in man. This was never about Trump. This was never about the military. Trump said in the beginning, he's giving the power back to the people. And in a way, he's done that. People can say what they want about the board. I don't want to say that letter because, of course, on this platform, you will be kicked off. And I've already got strikes on me. So I got to be careful what I say. And I'm not going to show any videos on this one. On Pilled, I show a video. I have video on that one. On Rumble, I have video on that one. On BitChute, I have video on that one. And those I can show videos and give a more detailed truth. What I say here is truth, but very cautiously spoken. It's strange to watch these people destroy, like YouTube. I can go out and I don't like calling them ghost hunts because I don't believe in ghosts. I believe in physical and non-physical energy. So I can go out and do an investigation, and it's no big deal. I could go out and I could look for UFOs or Bigfoot, and I could show video of what I've discovered on UFOs and Bigfoot, and it would not be an issue. But something political, it becomes an issue. Why? Well, because their agenda is not in our best interest. There's a lot of things in play here. you and I, we have to keep our faith in God, and we have to keep our eyes open. There's going to be some events taking place that I've heard about, and so you just have to be ready for it. What I was saying about the board was the board didn't tell you what to do. It didn't tell you anything. It gave you crumbs and let you investigate. It gave you information that you had to follow up on. And so if anybody's been over on the board and went deeper than just the post, which you can if you go to the right side, go deep, and you can find some amazing stuff. But it doesn't tell you what to think, what to believe, or what to do. It just gives you information to chase, to dig. And that's one of the wonderful things about it. But it also has misinformation, because if we can read it, so can the bad guys. Okay? So you got to keep that in mind. Is it a psyop? Absolutely. Is it a good psyop? I suppose, in my opinion, it is. Everything is a psyop. What we see and everything is a narrative, is a story. You know, fear is a tool that has been used for generations, for centuries. Think about when your mom told you, don't touch that, you'll get burnt. That's fear. You know, if you do that, I'm going to bust your butt. That's fear. But it was fear in a way to control a situation so that you wouldn't get hurt, possibly. I mean, I feel bad because growing up, I knew a couple of kids that their parents weren't real good people. And thankfully they got out of it, but not without being unscathed, obviously. So fear is a tool that we use. Fear is a tool that everyone uses. Someone is your nephew. My nephew was 20 years old when he got killed on a motorcycle a couple of months ago. But he was going very fast all the time, and I kept telling him, you know, if you do that, you're going to get killed, man. And the odd thing is he slowed down, and he got killed going the speed limit. So I guess, you know, when God's ready for you, you go. It doesn't matter your age. I've looked around, and, you know, YouTube has gotten really, really boring. Some of the stuff that's on it is fun. You know, there's still some fun stuff. Still the people doing the hunts and stuff like that. So you can have a lot of fun on it. But informationally, there's no information on it. If you want information, you got to go to BitChute or Rumble or Pilled. The Cloud Hub. There's quite a few that give you information. Telegram. I'm on all of those. And my channel's small. That's fine. Like I said, I'm not in it I'm not trying to make money off of this or anything like that. I just enjoy talking with you and trying to share what information I can find. On YouTube, it's hard because you can't really say anything that will, you know, you got to be super careful. So we can call him the Lion, and we all know who the Lion is, or the boss. I call him Joke. You know who Joke is. You know, the United States was incorporated, I believe, in 18. I don't remember the exact date. It was 1871, I think it was incorporated. And the Lion, or the boss, he decorporated everything. So the question is Joke the president of a defunct corporation? That's a question. Now we're getting ready to go into the trials. You know, they're going to impeach Trump from being the president. If he's not the president, why do they want to impeach him? Those are the questions to ask yourself. Why are they doing this? If they believe that Joke is the guy, then why are they doing it? So as we go through, realize that there's some things going to happen. They're trying to go after guns, which means they're going to start doing false flag operations. The news is Hollywood. Start watching the news and thinking of it as Hollywood, and look at the production value. Some very good production value, but not true. Most of this narrative that we've been given is fake. The only thing that's real is you and I. The only thing that's real is this moment right now. Who knows what 30 seconds from now brings? And you can't go back 30 seconds. So the only thing that's real is the absolute moment right now. Remember that fear is your enemy. Courage and wisdom are tools that God gave you. There are 7 books called the Books of Moses that were kept out of the Bible. And they talk about magic that was used, like when Moses moved, separated the ocean, and different things that Moses did, and how he did it through prayer and meditation and things like that. There are so many truths to look at. I guess my point tonight is, look at the narrative. You have people that just want to be rude, want to be mean, and that's okay. That's America. That's part of freedom of religion and expression. I mean, that's the great thing about America. You go up in China and you spit on a cop, or you flip him off, or even say something bad and watch what happens, or do it in Israel, do it somewhere in some other country and watch what happens. Here, nothing will happen. In most cases, you won't even go to jail. So when people say anything about America, they just need to realize that this is the greatest nation in the world, and the freedom that we have is amazing. I mean, yeah, Joe Biden, he did all of he's trying to undo everything Trump did, and I mean the boss did, and he's trying to go back and do all these things, and he has to, because why were we in the Middle East, okay? The Rothschilds, I'm probably going to get this one shut down, but the Rothschilds own, I think it's, they own most of the banks, but there's 7 banks that they don't own, or 9 banks that they don't own, and 7 of them are in the Middle East. And so we were fighting in the Middle East not to free people, but to get control of those banks. That's what this is all about. It's all about the big banks. That's why they're doing the mandates, and they're doing all of this stuff, because their great reset is what they need. And I'll be posting on Rumble and BitChute and the other one the evidence of that. I can't put it on here because then they'll take it down. Look at the production value. I'm going to leave it at that. I love you guys, and I just want you to look at the production value and think about all the ways that fear is used, and how can you counter fear with courage? How can you make a difference? You can post information in laundromats, you can print it up, you can, they can't silence us if we don't want to be silenced. If we don't want to, they can't. And so You can print stuff out. You can put it in the laundromats. There's a lot of stuff that you can find out there, and you can fight. You are a digital warrior. So I'm going to leave it at that. Look at the production value and the narrative, and see what you can do to change that narrative to be what we want, not what they want. I love you. Have a great evening, and I'll try and be out here again soon.